From your local weather authority, this is your forecast first.
Good evening, everyone. A little more cloud cover across the area this evening. It's going to hold the temperatures up just a little bit. Here's what we have with our Grayboro Post building cam looking up over the ISU campus in downtown Terre Haute. Everything does look good. Temperatures are nice and pleasant. We're pretty much in the upper 60s out there right now. There's the satellite and the radar. You will see more cloud cover, but we're all clean on the Dorset Automotive Doppler radar. Forecast overnight looks fine. We'll be seeing some warm weather. We'll talk about any rain chances, though, as we get ready for the weekend. That's coming up in just a little bit.
Your news now. This is WTWO News at 11.
And thanks for watching our late news. The community shows its support for the Sycamores. Tonight, during the ISU home football opener, fans at Memorial Stadium wore the color white to show their support. It comes after the crash last month involving 5 ISU students, including several players from the football team. The accident claimed the lives of Christian Eubanks, Caleb Van Hooser, and Jaden Musili. Eubanks and Van Hooser were football players. Omarion Dixon and John Moore are also football players, and they were seriously injured in the crash, and they continue to recover at the hospital. Terry Craig was at the game this evening and is here with the details. Terry.
Indiana State football begins their season with a heavy heart, but the Sycamore family came to get behind the team. A sea of white, all in a show of support for the Indiana State football team. A moment of silence was held before the game to honor the victims of last month's crash. A group that showed support, the new St. Mary of the Woods College Sprint football team.
I just think it was a good thing to do to support, Coach Mallory and his staff and his players. And, after everything that's happened, it's just something we felt like we needed to do. And
the team will display decals to honor those killed in the crash. The Sioka family traveled from Fort Wayne to watch Rocco Sioka begin his ISU football career. They say it was important for them to wear white to honor Rocco's fallen teammates.
My brother was friends with one of the boys that passed away.
For students, or even future Sycamores, the community will continue to get behind this team as the Wabash Valley moves forward.
It is a big deal, and the Wabash Valley is a very close-knit group, and we support each other, and that's why we're here, and just to give as much support as we can.
And the game just wrapped up. Later in sports, Grant Pugh will tell us how the Sycamores fared against North Alabama.
All right. Thank you, Terry, for that report. Well, 2 people were hurt in a crash this afternoon involving a train and a pickup truck. It happened around 1:30 on Seminary Street in the town of Wheatland. That's in Knox County. Assistant Chief Tim Yoakum with the Steen Township Volunteer Fire Department said the call came in just after 1:30. There's no word yet on what caused the crash. Knox County Sheriff Doug Vantlin said the driver, Dazel Mills, and passenger Nancy Benjamin, both from Washington, suffered minor injuries. Tonight, the community is honoring the service of Richmond police officer Sierra Burton. For more than 3 weeks, she's been fighting for her life at a Dayton, Ohio hospital. Reporter Courtney Spinelli has been in Richmond and has more about the way she's being honored.
This afternoon, Officer Sierra Burton's cruiser was moved here onto the lawn of the Richmond Police Department. On it, the word hero, something we've heard over and over these last 3 weeks. Canine Officer Sierra Burton's fight, as honorable as her 4 years of service to the Richmond community.
She did her work. She was an amazing officer. She did a real good job.
Like many others, Dana Schaefer is remembering Burton for the respect she showed her. Schaefer says Burton responded to a break-in at her home. She calls Burton a beacon of kindness.
When she came, she was with other officers, and then when some of them left, she stayed there, talked to me, and we talked a little bit.
Officials say Burton wore her shield with pride. Badge number 140, her canine partner Brev always by her side.
Yeah, obviously these situations are extremely tragic.
Burton's cruiser now on the front lawn of the Richmond Police Department. Somber moments as the first bouquet was laid down.
It affected a lot of people, I do know that, especially her co-workers. And I give prayers to every single one of them.
Tear-filled showings of support continuing Thursday afternoon. About an hour away in Dayton, her brothers and sisters in blue, joined by Ohio area law enforcement. Burton's honor walk underway Thursday morning.
Just try to be a pillar of support for the family, for the agencies that have been here, everybody that's been affected.
Officer Burton will continue her service to others through the gift of organ donation. The support from all over still needed for loved ones in the department. It's something Dayton's FOP president knows all too well.
It's a combination of emotions that is hard to express.
Burton was set to be married just 9 days after she was shot. A close friend of the couple says they were each other's person, the happiest they've ever been. Looking forward to their future, now ripped away by someone else.
A lot of turmoil you're dealing with. At the same time, there's a lot of peace. Something terrible is coming to an end. People are getting peace. Now we're just asking for God's support, the community support, to allow people to process what's going on.
Many community members are wearing bracelets that say Sierra Strong 140, pins with K9 partner Brev and Officer Burton on them. Her dedication, heroism, and kindness to this community is something many say the least they can do is come out and honor. Reporting in Richmond, Courtney Spinelli, back to you.
Final arrangements for Officer Burton will be released in the coming days. An Indianapolis man has been charged in the fatal shooting of a Dutch soldier. Today, Shamar Duncan was charged with murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, and disorderly conduct. It stems from a shooting that happened in downtown Indianapolis on Saturday. It resulted in the death of a Dutch soldier and injuries to 2 others. According to an affidavit, the soldiers had been training at a southern Indiana military camp. They were on a night out in Indianapolis when the encounter happened. Almost $23 million in additional funding is going into Indiana school safety plans this upcoming year. Eric Graves talked to schools about their top priorities for that money.
425 Hoosier schools are getting tens of thousands of dollars each to help make schools safer.
This year we set another record with the amount of money awarded and the number of applications.
The money comes from the Indiana Department of Homeland Security. The Secured School Safety Board reviewed the applications, and Director Rusty Goodpaster says schools decide what they need most. There was enough money this year to fund all eligible #1 priorities schools submitted and more.
We felt that this year the training of officers and or staff was an important issue. So if that was a priority #2, then that training was also funded.
The Central Indiana schools we spoke to decided to focus its grant funding on school resource officers.
They have such an impact on our students and staff on a daily basis, and we can measure it.
Chase Lyday, the chief of police for Avon Community Schools, says this grant is helping Avon add a 7th SRO, the most the district has ever had on staff.
Our school resource officers are the face of safety for our entire program.
Hamilton Southeastern got the max $100,000 in grant money. It's using the money for SROs as well. Mike Johnson, the director of safety for the system, says the right people go a long way because school safety is so much more than the nightmare scenarios most people think of first.
We know that it's way more likely for us to deal with an injury on a playground, for example, than it is to have to deal with an assailant.
Johnson says they have to be prepared for anything and everything, though, and every dollar helps.
We'll continue to keep you updated as our schools in our area determine how they will spend their share of the funding. IU is partnering with the Sullivan County Public Library to offer free and confidential support for stress, depression, and anxiety. The program will also provide resources for food, clothing, housing, and health care. It's all available via telehealth. Appointments will be confidential and held in a local private setting on a computer, which will connect with a professional through video chat. For more information, just head to our website, mywabashvalley.com. In just 2 weeks, the state's new abortion ban will go into effect, and the state's largest health system is already getting ready. Max Lewis explains the changes IU Health is making and the impacts it's already seeing.
When Indiana's near total abortion ban takes effect on September 15th, IU Health says it will be ready to continue providing abortions. The new law, passed during a special session last month, bans most abortions with exceptions for rape, incest, the health of the mother, or a fatal fetal anomaly. IU Health executives say its doctors will likely have to navigate some tricky legal territory.
We know that this is new territory for many of our providers, and that has increased certainly the anxiety around are they making the right decisions.
To address that, the health system has created a 24/7 rapid response team to provide legal, ethical, and medical advice to doctors in gray areas. Executives were asked whether legal questions could delay necessary care.
I hope not. I think that what exactly is going to happen after September 15th is, for all of us to learn as it happens.
The IU School of Medicine says it's already seeing the effects of the new law. Leaders said they've had to arrange for OBGYN residents to train out of state where abortions are legal. And a survey of all IU med school residents showed 85% will take the ban into consideration when looking for a job.
And we also have a few cases where we have been recruiting out-of-state providers who have withdrawn from the process because of passage of this bill.
IU Health says it will refer patients to out-of-state providers where most abortions still remain legal. The organization is also working to expand capacity to take care of the increase in pregnancies they expect to see.
Earlier this week, a lawsuit was filed to stop the ban from taking effect. If the law is put on hold, IU Health says it will continue to operate as it has been. Tonight, the community came together in support of a local food truck. The Moonlight DriveIn hosted a free movie fundraiser for Anna's Hands soul food truck. Anna's was vandalized and damaged in early July. Admission was free, and the food truck was serving customers their delicious comfort food. Owner Shannon Schaus-Hart says she's very grateful for all of the community's support.
I know there's people going through so many things out there. I feel like a very blessed person, even through what we went through. To have people come and just want to do something that they don't have to do, that I don't necessarily deserve or merit, they just are showing kindness. I couldn't be more grateful.
Yeah, and if you'd like to support Anna's Hands soul food truck or to see where it is going next, you can do so by visiting their Facebook page. Growth in a local county means there's a need to support additional traffic. Coming up, we'll look at the road construction projects that are in the works in Knox County. And a wild finish between ISU and North Alabama tonight at Memorial Stadium. Grant drops by with all the highlights, and there are quite a few, in just a few minutes.